Syed Zafar Islam, the Prime Minister, in a speech that went on for more than an hour, simply refused to use the A word. How does one interpret it? Silence over Adani? Is this, in a way, a debate the Prime Minister doesn't want to enter into because it could prove embarrassing, or because the Prime Minister simply believes that these are not allegations worth responding to?
Well, after 1 hour speech, more than an hour speech, the Honorable Prime Minister has exposed Congress Party completely. All the baseless allegations he has responded to, and whatever was warranted, he had spoken on the floor of the Parliament. That clearly states what is important for everyone to know, that the people of this great country have a lot of trust and faith in his leadership. The world acknowledges that he is a great leader. The people of India acknowledge.
How has he responded to allegation by not speaking?
Sorry, go ahead.
How has he responded to the allegation by not using the word Adani? How has he responded to the allegation by not using the Adani word even once?
Rajdeep, you have to understand, there are many businessmen in the country. All these concocted stories of Congress Party, when they know very well that whether it's Adani, whether it's Ambani, whether it's Birla, whether it's any other businessman of this country, had a lot of association with Congress Party. They did business during the Congress regime, and they are doing business today during NDA regime. We do not have any direct association with anyone. It is the opportunity for everyone to grab, and those who can sniff opportunities are grabbing those opportunities. It is unfair to make this kind of statement when their own Chief Minister are having lot of business transaction, in the sense that they are doing it for the state, and you are making this kind of a statement when we have no direct relationship with any businessman. Businessman is there to work, to identify opportunities, work to their advantage. As long as they don't do any unfair practice, they are free to do. And even if somebody does, it is the authorities, it is the regulatory bodies, it is the regulators. It is their job to investigate and punish anyone who commits a mistake or crime. But this kind of a unwarranted statement which is being made by Rahul Gandhi on the floor of the Parliament does not warrant any reply. Yeah.
I will try one last time. Are you telling me that there is no special relationship between Gautam Adani and Prime Minister Modi? Right through the 2014 election, he used an Adani plane. Mr. Adani's fortunes have risen exponentially in the last 8 years. You're saying this is all a coincidence?
Let me tell you, you understand financial market very well, Rajdeep. If a global investor is investing in any particular company, is it our mistake? It is their faith in the company, their balance sheet, their strength, their businesses, their business leaders, and of course the country where they operate. I mean, if you just analyze their business, 75% of the 65% of the debt is actually been raised from the global market. And the capital market, where they are investing in the capital, he is raising from the capital market, and when the investors are investing, they do their own due diligence. You know my background. I know exactly that every investment invests based on their own due diligence. They do not rely what the information memorandum speaks, but they have their own analyst, and they do market diligence, financial due diligence, and legal due diligence before making any investment. And then he has a saga of investment. So, and many quality investors are there across the globe.
I will try one more time.
I'm not commenting about his business, but all I'm saying,
I will try one more time. Mr. Zafar Islam, I will try. Okay, I will try one last time. When 6 airports are given to one individual, albeit through a tender process, but despite objections raised by the departments in the Ministry of Finance, how are we to see it? Do you believe that this warrants some kind of an inquiry, investigation, response, a detailed response? Is silence a response? My point is, today the Prime Minister chose to be silent. What does silence suggest?
You know, the credibility and credentials of Honorable Prime Minister and the entire government is not only been acknowledged that is a clean government by the people of this great country, but across the globe, that this government does not believe in kickback, middlemen, and all the unfair practices which was followed by UPA government during the period of 2004 to 2014. So they stand exposed. It is their government during their tenure. India was the weakest in the eyes of the global investors, because they felt that India is among the 5 fragile economy. Why? Because there was a lot of corruption. It was a country which was believed that the politicians are fraud and fraudsters, and Congress party was seen as a party of scam and scamsters. I mean, with this kind of image, you cannot attract any investment. You cannot build image of the country. But today, if you see, you must be feeling proud that the image which has been built in the last 9 years.
Right.